Hi. So, in light of the very unfortunate circumstance that happened on Friday in my live on TikTok, where I had to abruptly stop a reading for someone who made a racist comment about dark-skinned men being all the same. That's a stereotype, by the way. We do not tolerate racism in this space. In my reading spaces, whether it's on my TikTok lives, my YouTube, in life, in person, in my Facebook group, we are anti-racist, okay? Your voices will be heard, seen, appreciated and valued as a member of the Black community, Asian community, any community you're in, even if you're... We're also pro-equality in this space, but right now we're focused on the racism and anti-racism. So in this space, Black people, any non-white people, any minoritized groups, I don't like to say that, it's a bit negative, but I can't think of a better way to say it right now. You are valued, you are respected, and you are heard and seen. So, I thought I would do a reading. I'm a little nervous about this. I thought I would do a reading on systemic racism and how that's going to look, and can we look for positive change within, I'm going to say, within the next 10 to 50 years. I know it's a bit of a loose timeline, but because energies are always changing, we're kind of just looking for a bit of hope here. Because I have been anti-racist since 2016. Is that 9 years? And I have consistently heard Black people say that they are tight. They are tight. Slavery ended, what, 400 years ago? And Black people, I don't blame them. Based on what I know, the little of what I know even, that I've learned over the last 9 years, whether it's just listening to people who've lived the Black experience or living the Black experience, even yes, I'm Black, biracial, that is Black, and people who have written books on white privilege, anti-racist podcasts, or I say pro-Black / anti-racist, it's like Black spaces, but you can listen to it as a white person and learn something. Just from doing all that kind of research, and even like in the early days when I learned about racism, but learned that it was like still a thing, and systemic racism and police brutality in America and all these kind of things, all these really devastating things. I learned that I had my eyes opened to that, even just reading the comment section on Instagram where Black people would talk a little bit, share a few sentences about how they felt, share their experience. That is where my education comes from listening to people who've lived the experience. So, I am not going to try and speak for Black people or the Black community. What I am going to try and do is try and use my compassion for the movement, for anti-racist movement, for equality, for a better world. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to try and use that and use my gifts to see how systemic racism, which does still exist today, white people, see how it's going to look. See if we're going to see any positive change. I understand in America they're like banning books in schools, they're trying to whitewash it all and ban just silence, I guess, and not let Black children or even children of non-white ethnic groups be seen and heard. As a white mom, I fully acknowledge how important it is raising my child in a predominantly white country, which is Scotland, how important it is for her to be seen, heard, her hair to be valued, her hair type to be valued, her skin to be valued. And I have to actively search for books and toys which represent my child. I do tend to go for the darker melanated toys just because I think melanin is beautiful. That's just my opinion. Even though she's light-skinned herself. But with her hair, she downloaded a game on her iPad. It was kind of mostly white. It was like a fashion type thing for toddlers. And there was one hairstyle that she did on this brown-skinned doll, and she was so excited. Oh, hair like, and she said her name, and I was like, yes, and she was so excited. So it means something to these children, and especially as like in a white kind of world, unless you're living in Africa where it's predominantly Black, you need these representation. And by the way, in Nigeria you do not even get Black dolls. I only learned that like last year or something, because there's a small business that I buy from called Bibini Doll. She sells like really cute like brown skin dolls, like melanated toys, and she's got like other things like puzzles and books, and I hope that her business continues to grow. When I shuffled, I saw this King of Pentacles card to do with this reading, and it's giving scary. it's money, and it's big money, and it's giving scary. The second, but I'll wait and see what comes out, and I'll wait until it actually pops out to read it. But it's giving scary energy on this, and I don't like it. Hoping I'm not about to find out just how corrupt the system is and how much they want to like oppress black people and people of colour. Anyway, yeah, the Bibini doll owner has said to me that, well, she's from Ghana. She's British with Ghanaian heritage, but I think she was born in Ghana. But she said to me that in Ghana they don't have any black dolls. Excuse me? It doesn't make sense. And I looked it up, and I went to it online. It's easy to do. On like a Nigerian toy website, not one single black Barbie doll, black doll, even a light-skinned doll, nothing. All white toys. So just a foreword as well, for those of you who are watching this in maybe white, please keep the comment section, please keep an open mind, first of all, and especially if you're not already anti-racist aware, like I am. Keep an open mind, keep it positive, keep it compassionate, and please do not, by any circumstance or any means, try and make racism against white people a thing. It is not a thing, because we are not a minoritised group. I saw a picture of, I believe it was one of Taylor Swift's dancers, who was a black man, wearing a kilt. And when I first saw the picture without seeing the headline, I just thought it was a Scottish person who was black. It didn't like faze me at all. And there's Scottish people in the comments who were saying, oh, like, it's cultural appropriate, or white people and Scottish people don't really care. But there were people in the comments saying, oh, that's cultural appropriation. No, it is not. You cannot appropriate a culture unless it's been minoritised. So yes, cultural appropriation exists on the black community because I guess systemically and in what's the word? In life, basically, we have said things, and this is what black people have said, and I'm going to repeat it because it makes sense, that the hoop earrings are, ghetto, things like that. But yeah, I'm going to try and do this reading. Bear with me one moment, because I need to fix something here. I need to fix something on the laptop. But we are going to try and keep an open mind. We're going to try and channel, see what the systemic racism movement is going to look like, see if the younger generation maybe are going to make a difference, because I do see like there's a couple of like young white boys, I think they're like the age between 19 and 23, very well educated white boys, but they do like this, they're Democrats, but two of them have said their families are all Republicans, and they're very well educated young lads. They're very good at putting the word out basically, and trying to like they have debates with Trump voters. Not that it's much of a debate, because how can you debate with someone who's not intelligent? But anyway, which most Trump voters are not, by the way. But anyway, let's see what we can do. Oh, I'm really sorry to interrupt this. I need to sort something. Hello. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorted. I had to fix something, and let's do this. Yesterday I did channel Alex Salmon, and I'm quite excited to be doing something different because that's not good. Because basically I've been doing a lot of collective readings, some healing messages and things like that. They are all on my YouTube, they are on my Facebook group as well. So if you want any of those, I'm not getting much viewings with that right now. I might have to add some to TikTok just to kind of boost the viewings a little bit. So I don't want to be like putting out messages for people who are like not seeing them enough. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's a waste of time. But money again, and a balance or imbalance of money. We'll wait and see what comes out. Oh, I'm actually scared to do this reading. What have we got for systemic racism within the next 10 to 50 years? I know 50 years seems like a long time. Black people, I'm so sorry. Huh. I'm trying, sometimes like when you're shuffling as a reader you do see cards, like when you're shuffling, I saw this one literally, and it's giving an energy kind of positive, but it's giving slow moving pace, basically, which I guess has been too slow over the last 400 years. So if anyone's commenting, by the way, I will not see the comments probably, but if you want a reading on, DM me and I'll do your question at the end of this. But right now we're going to focus on systemic racism. I keep seeing pentacle cards, what is that? What did I say? That's it, imbalance. It's imbalance to me because it's in reverse. Oh my god. I'll put these back because too many came out. There's scary energy attached. Okay. I'm going to shuffle, keep shuffling until I feel like I'm going to start talking, so I don't talk too soon. And then, oh, for goodness sake. That's an odd card to come out with a systemic racism reading. A lot of money cards here, people, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Where racism is concerned and systemic racism, that is not what you want to see. I don't like the way these cards are coming out either. Okay. The cards that are coming out with positive energies are reversed. Healing. Oh shit. Well, that's a positive one. That's a possibility, I guess. I'm going to keep pulling. I'm seeing a lot of how black people are feeling, and none of it's good. But I guess I've like heard enough people, I've listened to enough black people to know how they're feeling. But like I say, I don't want to be talking for black people. But I can read the cards. Okay, first of all, black people are stressed. They've had enough. When I talk about systemic racism, I am talking about UK and America, so we're going to focus on the Western kind of world, okay, for this. I don't know if they're going to be separate energies for the UK. This is kind of giving America some of this, but some of it might be the UK as well. But this is giving black Americans specifically. This is how they're feeling. They're feeling stressed, absolutely stressed, and they've had enough. I've heard people say that for a long time, and for some of them, they are waiting for better days to come, and they have hope, and I guess the hope does keep the human spirit alive in general. But they have had enough because they see that things are not working, their voices are not being heard. Black people, any black person who watches this and I say anything that's off base or something like that, please feel free to correct me in the comments, you will be heard. So that's how they're kind of feeling. I will say though, black people, if you are feeling that way, put it into yourself. Like this usually says the Four of Swords, but look at that, it literally says the Pour of Swords. And when I looked at the word pour, I saw a cup being poured into. So you need to put it into yourself, okay? If you're feeling that way, try and replenish yourself, because it does seem, it is giving losing battle. I mean, swords, battle. It is giving that. Why is this one pop? They're looking for hope. A lot of people are looking for hope. And they're also looking for some kind of leader, a white leader, I feel, who's going to have their best interests at heart and take the movement forward. I can feel right now, I'm channeling something in my heart, and I'm feeling this is specifically coming from black American women who have a lot of compassion and heart. I feel there's like a raw passion there, and there's a sense of pain, deep-rooted pain in this. I feel like it's not one specific person. I feel like I am seeing a black woman specifically in my mind's eye, very, very clearly. Even seeing like a kind of description of a black woman. But I feel that this is a collective black women in general, American, who are having pain and who have had enough, but they have a lot of compassion and love, and they're looking for a white leader. I don't know if it's going to be male or female. This card is a male, but they're looking for someone who's going to have their best interests at heart and push the movement forward. And I guess that's coming from a place of, we don't feel heard as black people, so we need a white person who knows what we're going through, who's educated on these factors, and who will fight for us and push equality further on. I don't know if my voice is sounding different, but they want equality. I'm looking at this city kind of in the background. That's giving equality. They want the same opportunities as we do, as we have as white people. Yes, we have white privilege, and white privilege definitely exists. I'm not exempt from it because I'm anti-racist. I have it, I acknowledge it, can't do anything about it except be anti-racist and try and educate myself. I can't be this person, I'm not powerful enough, educated enough, do you know what I mean? But this is, they're looking for a well-educated person, a leader of some sort. I don't know if this is going to be like, it's giving kind of the new MLK Jr., Martin Luther King. Hey Baymac! It's giving the new kind of MLK Jr. but white person who's going to get more white people on board. Baymac, we're doing a racism, anti-racist reading because I had to chuck a racist out of my TikTok live the other day for making a comment about dark-skinned men. But anyway, this is I'm doing a reading on how systemic racism is going to look. If you want to stick around, cool. But if you don't want to stick around, it's going to be triggering for you. I totally understand. But yeah, that's what I'm feeling with that. They're looking for a a white person who has the best interests of black people at heart and who will fight for them. I feel that this is a male. Do you feel that there's, I don't know if there's a male that the black community, American community have in mind, or if there's just like an invisible figure at the moment. But it's someone who's young-ish, but old enough to have had life experience. That is what I'm reading this as. Obviously this is not specific to one person, but that's what I'm reading that. That's the action that they want to take. And they want it now. Again, I'm just going to say it again, I'm not speaking for black people or black community. I'm doing this with love, and I'm doing this with anti-racism in my heart and soul, pumps through my bloody veins. This is why I'm doing this. So I'm not trying to speak for any black people or person. I'm just reading the cards, and this is what's being channeled, okay? They want it now because they are tired, sad, they've had enough. I mean, I've had enough and I'm not even black. How you doing, Baymac? Okay, this is a message I feel for the specifically black American female community, especially if you're a mother. Put back into yourself, because I'm seeing the sadness. I'm feeling sadness channeled in this card. This Queen of Pentacles, she's my favourite. I'm glad you're doing good. She's my favourite, but she is very motherly, very nurturing, very maternal, and really that's how I view black women, if I'm honest. But there's giving pain and sadness in here, and they need rest and they want rest. This is not going to be specific for every single black female in America. This is what I think, this is more of a collective type of energy for maybe a majority, I don't know. This is what I'm channeling anyway, but they need to nourish themselves, put back into themselves and rest. I'm not sure if they want a collectively. Why? What do you need, Stacey? Hey, Stacey! She's good, thank you, Baymac. I was having some child free time, so I thought I would do this. I don't normally work a Sunday, but I just want to do something different. Yeah, I don't know if this is like coming from a place of like the sadness. They want to rest. They want this white people or the white community to take over more, and so they can bloody rest. And who can blame them, right? It's been a long fight for equality. Who knows history? Because it was nice to see you as well, Stacey. Thank you. Who knows? That's card scary. I'm sorry. Who knows history? What happened first? Did women, as white women, get to vote first, or did black women, or did black people in general have to fight? What order did that happen? Does anyone know? I'm not good in history. I should know this because I've obviously learnt this in the past. But what happened first? Did black people get their right to vote before women, as in white women? Which order did that happen? That's really bothered me. Strong toxicity in the system. That is a very scary energy. Thank you, Stacey. That is a very heavy energy on that card. And I'm reading that, I don't like the energy here. They want to keep black people down. Shit. And black people feel trapped as a result. This is the system. This is like, I'm reading this as American government. The UK government's not coming through that strongly right now, but for this reading, this is giving more American to me. That's the toxicity in the American government, and there's some sort of deal or contract or something like that that's very, very hidden. Probably not one single person who's not in the government or not within this contract knows about it. And I'm also going to say not even everyone within the government bodies knows about this contract, this deal that was signed. Is giving financial, because I saw a lot of financial cards. Black folks not allowed to vote. See, that's sad. That's awful. So, I have heard, obviously I'm not trying to speak for the black community, but I am just going to repeat what I've heard. There was a black woman on, was it Chelsea Handler's White Privilege documentary? It was something anyway that I watched. And they were saying that back in the day where they had to, like, Stacey, you just said it, when white women were fighting for their rights as black women, because the black people were still fighting for their rights and equality and things and to be noticed. And I guess back then they only had rallies and in-person things with picket signs and things like that. They didn't have online activism where you could maybe do both. But this black woman specifically said they had to choose as black women to fight for women's rights or black rights. What would I have chosen if I was them? I probably would have chosen the black rights as well, because that was going to therefore benefit my family, my children, and I guess that's where my heart would lie if it was where my heart lies now, and I'm not even black or American. But anyway, that's what it's giving. There's every time I look at this card, I hate it. I do not like the energy with this card. It is so negative. And it is giving extremely, extremely corrupt. And I'm actually scared to touch on this, to be honest with you. But that's what it's giving. There's a contract that was signed to keep black people down. It's probably happened a long time ago, but it's still going on. And there's people, a small amount of people, not everyone in the government body, so Obama wouldn't have known about it. Trump probably didn't even know about it. It's like behind the scenes kind of thing. It's behind the scenes. It's almost like I'm seeing it's like underground, but it's not underground. It's giving, I think it's they're showing me underground because they're showing me that it's very, very hidden. But this was in reverse, they're keeping black people down, and black people, when it's this upright, I'm seeing they feel trapped as a result. Maybe in a bit we'll look at what we can do collectively, whether it's white people, black people, whatever. A lot of heavy energies here. Yeah, we're all being lied to. There's finally a positive energy. We are all being lied to, but there are people wakening up. And I do see this, I mean, this is a white person, but I am specifically seeing there are white people who are absolutely seeing things. I guess because of social media, I think TikTok does play, despite the toxicity of the app, it does play a part in wakening people up to certain things because of the algorithm. White people are waking up, and I'm specifically seeing, I mean, this is a page, so it's a younger generation wakening up. They're holding hope with this card for a change, slow change, but for a better, I'm going to say tomorrow, for the black community and black people in general, as individuals and collectively, for systemically. That's what I'm reading with that, but I do not like that toxicity, and this is giving me the effing creeps. I'm sorry, did not expect to see that. I'm scared to touch on it. But it's definitely, it's human error, flaws, ways, human evil within the human system, and it is American. Not a lot of people know about it, I'm going to say that. I'm kind of seeing like maybe there's 5 people in a room or something like that, and they know about it. Maybe there's people on the side who suspect or play the part without knowing they're playing the part, is what I'm feeling with that. But that is what that is giving, the toxicity. Strong, heavy energies. There's an agreement that was signed to keep black people down. I don't think this is ever going to be outed. I will say that based on the energy of the card, because it is so dark and so hidden. But you are being lied to. People are waking up to the lies with these 2 cards connected, and the younger generation are going to be the hope for the better tomorrow. Yeah. Online world is changing how people think and educating people. I'm being reminded of the 2 young the white Democrat guy. They're also anti-racist and pro-equality, so we'll have all unite, come together until they know a battle in their hands. That's what I'm hoping to see. I kind of thought that before I pulled the cards, if like we can all unite. Do we need a united front? I know from like listening to TikTok lives and reading that a lot of specifically about black Americans, don't want to unite because they're, what I feel when I talk to them or have listened to them, they don't like white people, and who could blame them? especially if they live in America, but they don't want to unite because they're tired of white people. And it's like, well, maybe you try uniting before, like 50 years ago or something, but maybe it didn't work. Or maybe it did. Didn't like Martin Luther King Jr., he had like a march over a bridge, and there was white people that joined that, and I think that's how we use our white privilege, I feel. Maybe you'll see that in the cards, but I feel personally that's how you use your white privilege to fight for that kind of movement and get it more recognised. Because unfortunately, I have a friend who's a black woman, and she sent me a picture. Because I put up a picture on my Facebook with a black woman saying something about, if you've got time to research your best friend's boyfriend, research your privilege. And she sent me the same one, but with a white man instead of a black woman. And we talked about it, so I prefer the one with the white man because I don't feel seen and heard as a black woman. That made me stop in my tracks. Like, my friend just told me she doesn't feel heard. This is a meme. And she prefers the one with the white man because she feels that that's her. That's how black people are feeling. And yes, it's all the same because of the... I can't read it because I've got a thing at the bottom. Because of when people were enslaved, yeah. That's true. Again, I'm seeing black people are tired. But maybe the online activism is giving hope. But we do need, Stacey, you just said it, we need a collective front. With the 9 of Cups there, we need a collective. This is like people researching. This is also intuition card, the High Priestess. This is also an intuition card. People are seeing the bad and the good. And maybe this is giving white privilege as well. And the tapestry in the back is giving information online. And people are waking up to the lies. And also, this is giving intuition as well, the moon. And they're thinking about, I'm looking at her boots and they're thinking about going places and they're doing things. And they're becoming more active. And I also see, for certain groups of people, young generation people, white people, they're starting to join more positive movements in America. Now, I know nothing about this because I've stopped using social media. But that's what I'm kind of seeing. Instead of like, they're taking it... I just heard like a young white person say, oh, I'm sick of this. And they shut their laptop and they walk out the door. It's not like literal, I think it's just like a metaphor or something, or show me what people are doing. Like, I'm not saying this person shut their laptop and immediately went out to a rally or something like that. It's just what they're showing me. They shut their laptop, I'm sick of this. They push the laptop away and then they go out and do outdoor activism. And I think that's what makes more noise than online, in my opinion. Not that I do outdoor activism, because I'm a recluse and I have anxieties, but this is the black person here, how they're feeling, hope for the future, and they are seeing, I feel like, collectively, this is not for every single black person, so I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm trying to speak, like, treat everyone as an individual, and you'll be treated as such in my space, but this is a collective kind of energy. Thank you, Stacey. I love that you're anti-racist too. When black people see this, and again, I'm channeling black women, specifically American women, it's giving them hope. And it's given them a new sense of drive and thinking, well, I was tired and I was about to like give up on the system, but now I feel hope, a sense of pride and hope. And that is positive, I guess. There's like a positive, tired energy on this card, but positive energy happening in the background with that card. So that's, might be good, might be positive. Put one more card for this. They need more of us to do more and take more accountability for our privilege, I guess, and as white people to use our whiteness. This is interesting because the pro-black anti-racist lives I've hung around on TikTok have not said this, but this is what I'm channeling from the cards, so I have to say it. But again, it's giving heavy on the black women energy, because I mean, a lot of black people have said, and I kind of agree, that black women are the backbone of the earth, and I kind of agree. But this is giving, it was in reverse, so when I turned it around, sometimes I flip it around just to read it clearer. Well, black people need healing is what I'm going to say with that. But they want more of us to use our tools, our resources, our knowledge, our privilege. Like white people, they want to see more white people stepping up because they know that's when we're going to see real change. See how the white flowers are popping out between the red flowers here? That's us white people popping out and helping black people speak out for their voice and their words, and get them more seen and more heard, which is sad that needs to happen, but that's what this card is giving, and maybe this is how black people feel. But they need hope. They need more hope. They need more drive. They need more passion with the sword there. Finances. I keep seeing finances in this reading, which is odd for racism. But then I did see this contract, which is giving Not good energy. Maybe there's someone wealthy. Wealth is power. They want somebody wealthy who's not a celebrity, who's not an influencer or anything like that, just to like take some sort of step up and take control of leadership role or something. Not leadership in the government, but leadership as in for rallies, for activism, I guess. That's what that's giving. And that will help give them hope, and it will actually work. It will actually work. I'm seeing it will work. Somebody wealthy. Some sort of millionaire, I guess. Some white millionaire. I'm seeing a male, but it could be female. Or they, them. I don't know. I am feeling cisgender and specific pronouns as in not they, them. Not that they, them's not a specific pronoun, but you know what I mean. Hope that didn't come out wrong. Yeah, but black people need healing. Specifically black women. So black women, if you're seeing this, please put into yourself. Please value yourself. I know the system does not. I know that I do. Stacey, I'm sure you agree. They need healing and they need hope. And I'm looking at this wand here. The wand is like a wish and desire. So the person with money, the pentacle, the wealthy, I'm seeing a millionaire. Don't know who the person is. That's what's going to bring it forward and give hope. And that's going to regrow more of the movement. I like that. But I am seeing a lot of money cards here. Yeah, just kind of sad about healing and emotional, putting back into yourself. The government is narcissistic. And that's what's caused a lot of pain and continues to cause a lot of pain. But I'm feeling that although this systemic racism is caused by this contract, I don't know if it ties back to slavery maybe. When black people were enslaved. I don't know if it ties back to that. If it was, it should have been broken. If it was, I'm not saying that it is, but if it was, it should have been broken when that ended, when black people were freed. But it didn't. It's been kept going, and I'm feeling, because I'm seeing a lot of Pentacles cards here, I'm feeling it's been kept because of money. They are trying to keep black people down. Okay, that's interesting. That's a weird kind of metaphor, but I'll have to read it out. When black people heal and look after their own emotions and keep themselves headstrong and just kind of like duck down. If you're feeling like, if you're black and you're watching this and you're feeling tired by the system, take time out. Take time out of social media. If you're like active on like your pro-black activism as a black person, maybe acknowledge that it's okay to take a break from that for a couple of months, because if you take a break from activism, this is what this card's giving me, you will come back stronger, healthier and happier, and with new ideas and inspiration and a new sense of purpose and strength. If you take, I'm saying a couple of months, that's what I'm feeling, a couple of months out, replenish yourself. It's cups, so it's emotions, healing, the back here, maybe some chakra work if you're spiritual, so put back into yourself, seriously putting the water back in. That's what you need to do if you're a black woman specifically. Again, I'm not saying anything about black men yet. And that will help you, empower you again, because if you're tired, if you're putting for my therapist talks about putting marbles back into your own jar. So in my when I'm struggling, I don't do this anymore, but I did for a while in my journal have like a marbles jar, and I would draw like a little jar and put like, how many marbles do I have to do? Okay, 4. If you've got no marbles in your jar, you can't keep doing things. But if you take time out for yourself and replenish yourself, self-care to self-love, you come back with 10 marbles in your jar and you feel like a new person. And that's what you need to do if you're a black woman and you're tired of the system and you feel like you're fighting a losing battle. Take that time out, please. Let some white person take over for you, okay? If you have a white friend and, you know, want to give them access to your page or something like that. But yeah, the government is narcissistic. Blood at the bottom. Blood's being... I'm seeing blood being shed, but yes, blood is being shed because police brutality, things like that. But that is what's happening. I feel like it's this internal pain, though. I was going to say internal blood, but not like literal. Internal pain is what the blood is giving. And the decisions and action or non-action of the government is causing this. The narcissistic system. This is in reverse, giving the ARP trying to keep black people down, and black people, you need healing. And the weird thing I was picking up from this card, when I looked at these flowers, it's giving, when black women heal, it's like, they're showing me the earth replenishing, which is kind of weird, but I'm not sure if it's like a metaphor for they will replenish. Should we confirm that? Oh. Okay, so when more black people take the time to heal, they will get their strength back. And the burden will be lifted. Okay, because there's a heavy, heavy burden, again, specifically on black women. What is this? Why are black men, or white people in general, not taking some of this? I mean, it doesn't happen to us, so we don't feel the pain. But I think as white people, I think we should kind of try and educate and empathise a bit more, or better than what we are. Yeah. Black women, pour it into yourself. The Queen of Cups, to me, I always see her as a very giving person, because see how she's looking at the cup and cherishing it like a baby, like a, I don't know, like a pet or something. I always see her putting the cup into this water. Water is emotions. Water can also represent healing. But I always see her putting the cup out, and she keeps putting it out. She never pours it this way. Black women, you're the Queen of Cups. Pour it this way. Pour your cup this way for once, okay? Even if you've got kids, take an hour to have a bath. That's okay. Because you can't be a full person without having a full cup sometimes, okay? You deserve to have a full cup all the time. I'm seeing baths. Baths will be really beneficial for certain women. If you're a spiritual black woman, a spiritual bath. Salt bath, lavender, do whatever ingredients. Yeah, that's how you're going to get your strength back. And that will somehow forward the movement. And I'm sorry, I'm putting it onto you black women, I hate that, but that's what this card is giving me. But that will also inspire, I feel like that will also inspire more white people somehow to speak out, is what I'm kind of feeling. Okay, what I'm seeing is a black woman who's like tired and worn out, and like not enough people are getting on board apart from the people who know what they're going through, so black people I guess. And I'm seeing her take time out, specifically seeing a black woman in my mind, one black person, but there could be several, multiple, I don't know. They are progressing slowly, Stacey, too slowly. And I'm seeing her replenish herself, take some time out, and then come back stronger, and I'm seeing like a bubbly kind of energy and a smiley face, and she's like, let's do this, and she's empowered. And that somehow the energy she's showing is grabbing the attention of a wider audience who are not just black. That is what's going to help the movement with the Queen of Cups. Don't know if that resonates for anyone, and I'm so sorry, black people, I'm not trying to put this back onto you, I'm just reading the cards, because I do feel white people need to take on more of the fight and the struggle and help you. See the whiteness in the card there? We need to get more involved. This white, black, we need to get more involved and help you with this struggle, okay? You're not alone. You're not alone. Some white people already do that, but you are not alone, okay? So white people, if you feel the same, get on board. Let them know they're not alone. Fight this fight with them. You can win it together. You can win it together, actually. It might take a while. I just saw in my mind's eye this contract being erased. And the energy cleared. Wow! We have an answer. Can we do this though? Will we do this? Because when I picked this card out, it kind of cancelled out this one. Once I'd finished, because this card is kind of connected to the fight card, and it ties back to the Queen of Cups. This is like a story. So yeah, a true story, I hope. Well, I really hope some of this is true, but it is. That's what I'm seeing. Like the energy has diminished on this card now. I don't get the scary energy from it now. That's what's going to win the fight. So Stacey, you said it. Unity is strength. I like that. But white people, I will say this, what I'm seeing with the card, this is for white people. In order to win and come out stronger for black people, we need to fight the fight with them. See how there's like two colours on here? It's not white and black, but I'm seeing it as that. And this is the struggles. The smoke is the struggles of black people, and the tears. I think this is rain, but I read it as tears. And this is like the future, I guess, with a better hope. But we need to rebuild, I guess, help the black community rebuild themselves for some of it. Emotionally, maybe. I don't know if that's like healing. I don't know what that means. It's just what's coming through. But yeah, we need to acknowledge the struggles and anything that's wrong with the system in order to jump on board with the circle and fight with them. Even sometimes fight for them. Because, I'm not seeing this in the card, well I did see that in the card, black people are tired. Court. What? Let me just... Okay, I'm going to say this, it's coming out, but this is interesting and it gives me a bit of hope. I don't know if this will play out the way that these cards are coming through, because energies are always changing and we never know what a toxic narcissistic system can do or what they're capable of. But this is a possibility, a strong possibility. If the millionaire comes through, the white millionaire, see, King of Pentacles is a big money card. This is giving white male millionaire who's young-ish. I might say around 40 years old. The person's American. I'm not sure if the person's lived elsewhere for a short while, but they're very passionate about the black community. I don't know if they've got like black friends or they have knowledge and compassion and empathy. Maybe they're a starseed and that's their purpose. I don't know. But that's what that's giving. This person can use their money to fight the system in a legal court battle. And I feel as well that if people get on board with the movement, maybe they can even donate with the Three of Pentacles up there, even if it's a small amount. Even though this guy's got money, the more you donate, the further the movement goes, right? Because then it gets more reach. Even if you share a petition, sign a petition online, share a video, retweet, whatever, like, post, whatever. Watch your YouTube videos, share that to your Facebook page, things like that. Have positive conversations with people in your daily life, your mum, your dad, your cousin, workers. That's what that's giving. But strongly on these two are connected. The person with money has got the money and the compassion. I don't think they're a lawyer, or they might be a lawyer, but I feel like, especially if they hire a white male lawyer, is what I'm seeing in my head, we can see real change. That is what's going to break, possibly, potentially, depending on how it goes, could potentially cancel out whatever this contract is, if it gets outed. Or it might not be that it's outed, it might just be that because of this, it might be that it's still secret and no one knows about it. But whatever happens with this court battle, if it goes ahead, they're going to have to cancel it out behind the scenes because, oh, we're getting caught now, look at this movement, and, well, it was void anyway because it's so long ago. I don't know, but it's being kept up for some reason because they're money, I guess, but I'm not, we'll do more. That's what I'm saying. So who's this white millionaire who's going to fight for black people? We want him. I'm seeing him being like worshipped or something by the black community. They're going to love him. But I'm seeing a very, very gentle soul. I like the King of Pentacles. He's my favourite. He's favourite of the males. He's a gentle soul who has thrive to survive is what was planted in my head just now. He's very, very likeable. Very likeable. I'm not seeing kids or a wife, but it's not to say that he doesn't have them. I kind of do see a bit of a bachelor actually, and I'm kind of seeing that black women will be lusting after him a little bit because he's well, he might be rich, but because of his compassion and because he spoke for them, and they're going to be really drawn in by that. And white people equally, I guess, because he's white. Unfortunately, just the way it is, I guess, for some of us, we do listen to be more gravitate towards some of us, not me, but for some people they do tend to gravitate towards people who have the same skin as them, and that's unfortunately, I feel really uncomfortable just saying that, but that's unfortunately the way the world works for some of it. A saviour, I like that word, Stacey, thank you. Spread the word, everyone. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing with that card, and I like this guy a lot. I think he's a very respectable guy, very intelligent, very well spoken, and he's it. He's the key. He's the hope. I love it. Okay, so I did see a lot of other cards here. But people, anyone, if this movement does come about, do, even if you donate £1, that's going to still get the petition more like higher up on, I guess, I don't know how Google really works, but I guess it's kind of given me that that'll get the petition seen more online if you donate to it more or something, or share it more. That's going to help with the black communities, even the black women on that card. Strength. And I think seeing like this white millionaire speak out is going to empower black people, like we're finally being heard, we're finally being noticed and seen, and this person's got money, and unfortunately this is a very monetized world, and it's going to give them a lot, it's like a renewed sense of hope that they didn't have previously somehow, or haven't had for a long time in the collective black community. But again, I seem to be channeling more black women, and I don't know why that is. The World card, completion of a cycle and hope for the future. But it's in reverse, so it's not happening yet. And it's giving it's a possibility and not a definite. But I am saying, and I'm saying possibility seems kind of like mediocre, but it's like a 52% chance this will happen in this current energies. But this millionaire exists. This millionaire is alive today. I feel like the millionaire is even a millionaire already, and he's like an adult. I'm seeing him kind of like smiling if he wins like a court battle. Black people need their struggles to be over. Have a lot of black people thought about moving country or something like that with the 8 of Cups here? Because that's giving leaving because we're fed up. Because they needed hope. So they either have moved or they've thought about moving because they're sick of the pain. And suppression, I guess, as well by the government. But black people, your struggles, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say this, your struggles aren't over yet because this was in reverse, so it's not over yet. But meantime, try and find joys in life. And I know being pro-black is very important, I respect and value that, but this card is giving, because there's different ethnicities on this card, try and mingle a bit in groups that are not your friends, that have mixed ethnicities, so white, Asian, Filipino, whatever. Try and do that. Put yourself, if you're one of the black people who's struggling, especially if you're one of the ones who thought about leaving because everything's so tough, and I don't blame you, try and do that. It could be like a festival or something, or just somewhere where you're going to meet like new people and get yourself seen as a person with people maybe who have the same interests as you or something like that, and have fun with those people, and hopefully your voice will be heard by these people, and that's going to be eye-opening. I'm specifically seeing this is not like literal, but this woman here with the red hair, I'm not saying the person's going to have red hair, I'm just pointing at her out because I saw her saying like this is the first time she's had like a black person around her or something, or a black friend, and she's been like, oh, that's sad, because she's never like educated herself on that, so she's not used to hearing or knowing about these things. And I'm literally seeing that person, and it really resonates with her and her soul. And she's not going to be one of these, I'm seeing white people, or I'll say white-ish, could be like Portuguese or something, I don't know. But that for her, she's young, she's like in her 20s. For her, that's going to be the first time, it's going to resonate with her soul, and she's going to change. She's going to start having positive conversations with people around her, with white people around her, about that, and probably even educate herself. I'm seeing her going home and sitting on a laptop, which is giving, or she's going to like look at whether it's videos on YouTube or it's giving like online like YouTube videos or TikTok videos or something like that, maybe podcasts. I'll listen to a live, engage in that kind of way. So that's going to be very positive. I don't know if that's for multiple people or for one person, but if that message resonates, maybe it should be for multiple people. Maybe as white people we should all mingle more too, in different friendship circles. So, hope for a better tomorrow. There is hope. So those of us who are not yet anti-racist and we're white, please start educating yourself. More white. I was just about to say that, Stacey. We're in tune today. More white people need educating, definitely on Black history. I agree, and current times as well. I mean, I probably brush up more on my history in general, especially Black history. Weirdly, when I was in school, Black history was the only history I paid attention to. I thought the rest of it was really boring. But I guess that was my early anti-racist activism kicking in, when I was in school. So I listened to like the Rosa Parks stuff and the Martin Luther King Jr. I listened to all of that, but I did not listen to anything about Vikings. I could not tell you one single thing about Vikings, and I learned about them about 7 times throughout school and high school. It was so boring. Anyway, tangent. But this is it. Black people don't give up. There is hope for a better tomorrow, but I'm seeing white people on this card, and white people, we are the ones with the power to change it. Because there's literally 2 white people in that card, and 3 times I've heard it's giving the power to end the bad marriage with the system, whatever the marriage ring, whatever that agreement is within the system. I'm calling it a marriage, it might be a contract or some sort of agreement. It's giving financial, though I've not seen that in the card, but it's profiting someone. It's benefiting someone on some level. But I do agree, white people, we need to educate ourselves. So if you're not anti-racist yet, white people, you should be. Because in 2025, being not racist, I have a black co-worker, is not enough. If you do have a black co-worker, black friend, whatever, listen to them. I don't recommend asking your black friends about racism because they don't want to be reminded of it. I can't speak again for black people, but it's just the way I feel. And I'll share it. If I'm wrong, tell me, please, if you're black. Or even Asian, you're like a non-white group. But that's what that's giving, and I do feel that more white people, the younger generation, are going to be the ones to uphold that type of education because of it. Things like TikTok, I know it's like a banana now, but it is giving that. Read books, listen to podcasts, simply don't go around asking black people their experience, because no one wants to be triggered and traumatized and talking about that. And going by, again, I'm not speaking for black people, but a lot of black people have said, and I've heard them say this, they're not comfortable talking to white people about race. So there's a book literally titled "Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race." Read that. Instead of asking your black friend, read that. Read the audio, listen to the audiobook, whatever you need to do. If you can't read a book, listen to the audiobook. That's what we're holding the key, white people. So we need to be actively anti-racist, have positive discussion. Instead of having discussion about race with your black people around you, have it with your white people. That's what we need to do. That's what that card is giving. That's something I already knew anyway. We love to know white people know their stuff. Yeah, a lot of black people do appreciate that. They do. And you do see a lot of like jokes being shared about like when black people have got white friends and are American. Oh, I hate when my white friend knows more about black history than I do. So here's a white person on this card. This person looks to me gender neutral, but this is giving white people as a collective have the power to withhold and uphold the change and uphold the government, the bad contract, whatever is causing this long-winded end to systemic racism. That's what's going to be the power and key to change this bad marriage and complete that cycle. And change, this is giving change, that card in reverse. So, let's have a look at some of these. Money and toxicity, the imbalance of money. And it's also giving black people who do want to leave, can't afford to leave, because they have systemic racism, and some of them are not getting jobs the same rate as white people, or they're not being paid equally. That's what that's giving. So this is in reverse. This is an imbalance in the system. We do need to take them down. Don't fear the government, Stacey said. We need to take them down. Thank you, Stacey. I agree. The government are weak. We the people are the strong ones, because we the people have got the voice, the power to change that, and history has shown that we can change things. We just need to acknowledge these things. But this is giving even black people who want to leave and move away, whether it's overseas or just in general, they can't, because there's an imbalance in the system, a financial imbalance, and the toxicity, the black mountains in the background, and they're stuck where they are with the greenery. But again, the flowers are giving hope. And again, because it's like red and white, or is it yellow flowers, they're looking for more people white people to speak out. That's a collective energy and not for every specific black person. So if you're black and hearing this, I'm not trying to speak for you. I'm just reading the cards, just a reminder. But yeah, if you're anti-racist, you'll know about systemic racism, you'll know about the inequalities in the system and the imbalance. There are black people out there who do want to unite. Because I've seen a lot on TikTok where the black people, these pro-black lives, they don't want to unite with white people. They want like their own island kind of thing, not an island, but like their own land just with black people and black businesses and things like that. But there are black people who are looking to us, because she's holding on to, I'm seeing that as like black, white, this black woman is holding on to this white one. Her heels are giving hope for some reason, and they want the change in the government, the system, but this is giving the country, whatever she's looking out onto. I'm seeing a black woman scroll on her phone in her house, feeling glum and like slummed out. Well, that wasn't the wrong word to use. I'm saying like slummed out, as to me, when I slum it, I'm in my PJs and like scruffy hair. That's what I'm seeing. Like PJs, kind of like, maybe like a headscarf on. I know black women protect their hair with a headscarf. That kind of energy. And they're looking on their phone. They've had like a bad day or something, or maybe they've experienced racism, or maybe they've been reminded of systemic racism, they didn't get a job. There's something specific that happened that is not an obvious racism, like only being called the N-word, that kind of thing. Not an obvious racism thing, but that person experienced something that day that brought their energy right down. And they're looking on their phone and they're looking for hope, because they're looking for change. that feels like a specific energy. Maybe it's more than one person, but yeah, that's what that pile is. What is the kind of energies around black people currently, I guess. There's obviously going to be more, because these are just cards. Oh, what is this money card? We need change with the Queen of Swords in reverse. People are being, there's still a lot of government or nothing without us. Yeah, because they need us to be their puppets. They need to keep us sweet. They don't care about keeping black people sweet, unfortunately. But with the Queen of Swords in reverse, it's giving not enough change is happening, and there's still a lot of ignorance. I'm seeing ignorance with this card. But I would not wrongly say this, because I think ignorance is a disease and it can't always be cured. But with the butterfly and the bird inside the chair, that's giving, because I saw them in my mind's eye being planted inside the female's body here, the ignorant white woman's body here. A young woman as well. This is a young person whose family are probably Republicans or racist, whatever, both. Yeah, she's got a lot of like toxicity around her. I don't know if this is specific to one person or generalised. But keep having discussions with the positive discussions, not debates, I don't think. But discussions with these people and trying to reach out to these ignorant people who are expressing racism. Maybe what I should have done on my live on Friday, but it's what it is. Keep doing that, because sometimes, especially in the younger white woman generation, seeds will be planted on some level. It won't be visible, it won't be obvious yet, because she's still in her head with the ignorance and the toxicity around her home, the racism maybe around her family home, the racist white parents, whatever, Republicans, it is giving Republican. That is what's going to see change. And when she's older, this is telling me, she's going to be more educated and even kinder, just simply kinder to black people, more understanding, more empathetic, and even become anti-racist herself. And this person, although being a Republican at the moment, will be a Democrat when she's older, because she will be educated. And I can also hear her saying sorry. So that's that. But too many people, this is the energies around people, white people, I feel. Too many white people are still holding on to old-fashioned, outdated ideologies, stereotypes, even covert covert stereotypes like mixed race babies are cute, Asians are smart, black people can dance. I mean, yeah, not every black person can dance though, but that's a kind of type of. I've heard, I know this is not a thing in the UK, I don't think. Maybe you can tell me, Stacey. Hi, Nikki. We're doing a systemic racism reading today. This is giving outdated ideologies that were not true anyway about black people not wanting to work and white people holding on to that, because these specific white people do not realise that systemic racism is a thing, and they're so brainwashed by the government with that coin literally on that white person's head, and they're holding on to these beliefs and ideologies. Why is the coin under her feet? Ignorance, reluctant to change. But the fact that this person is sitting on like some sort of, I call it a pouffe, but it could be like a chair or something like that. So that's not me using the P word to describe a gay person. This is like a Scottish word. We call that, I don't know if you know, Stacey and Nikki, like Scottish people sometimes will call like a stool, a comfy stool, padded stool, like a pouffe. That it's not a P-O-O-F, it's a pouffe. Okay, that's a word, like a Scottish word. I don't know if anyone Scottish in here can back me up on that. She's sitting on one of them. So that's giving positive energy and hope for change. So slowly, but I just saw her releasing the pentacle. So that's releasing her old ideologies and old ideas. If she can be open-minded to be educated, but it's going to take some time, because I'm seeing like her having multiple discussions with people who are anti-racist, or I'm feeling anti-racist white people, to be honest. She's going to have discussions with them. This might be a specific energy. It might be a collective for more than one person. This is like, again, it's a young person, and she's listening slowly. And eventually I'm seeing her like her lips being pursed and being like, oh, maybe I'm wrong then. And that's when she releases the pentacle. Yes, thank you, Stacey. That's how you spell it. P-O-U-F-F-E-E. Hope for change and a better tomorrow, but it's not happening yet. But we do need this change in order to move forward and move on to a better world, is what I'm feeling. But we do have the Stand card in the right way up, and that's what you want to see. But I've still got more to read here. Let's see what these are about. I don't know what these are for. I'll go with this one because this is more young energies, more young white people energies, I feel. Oh, intercultural, young, mixed ethnic friendship groups. Even mixed gender. Young male, young female, that's a page, that's a knight, so this is giving like young energies. The Page of Pentacles, the young black woman, could be young black male. Again, it's heavy on the black women in this reading. Where are the black men? Where are the black men? But yeah, this is giving the young black female, could be they, them, could be male, but I'm feeling female by sex anyway. They're holding on to the pentacle, and it's giving they're going to talk about their experience and share their experiences, share their sadness, maybe share some of what their family endured. Because I spoke to someone who's, I think she's 30, she might be 33 now, but I spoke to her. She's biracial black. She's American. She's a white dad and a black mom, and she told me stories about her mom. Her mom, who's like not even, I think her mom's like 50 or 60, having had very racist experiences, and people, you know, white kids back then, like, this feels horrible to say, I don't want to trigger anyone, so trigger warning if you're black, you know, like, when white, you see these videos all the time on YouTube, things like that. If you're anti-racist, you might have seen them, but when the kids are like crowding around a black kid, and they're all on bikes, I've seen this a lot, it's happened in the UK as well, crowding around on this black kid and basically bullying and belittling the person because they're black and calling them the N-word and things like that. Really, really disgusting energies and behaviours. But they're sharing maybe things like that was not that long ago, and their parents are still alive and they've endured that, they lived through that. We think of it as, oh, it happened so long ago. Well, it was in the 50s, 60s, 70s and 80s, so it's not really that long ago. And the white person, the white people, I am seeing some of these white people will be young males and in the LGBT community. I do find the LGBT community do kind of tend to educate themselves more on this type of thing, so that's a positive voice. Yeah, that's right, Stacey, because they're taught that. So their experiences are being shared, and this person is almost, to me, receiving the pentacle, receiving the information, and then having the empathy to understand or empathise as much as possible with the black experience, and that's going to create a wider group. So black people, if you've got kids, try and get them to mingle a little bit with like different ethnicities. Don't have to be white. You know, I'm being reminded of Wanda Sykes, her stand-up. She had a joke about white people not having black friends, and she said, white people, you don't have black friends, you're the problem. And then she said, oh, what about Wanda? What about black people don't have white friends? I'm okay with that. I actually do agree with her statement there. I'm sorry, white people, but I do. I shouldn't be sorry anyway. But why is this card attached with these two? I think it's the feelings of entrapment by the black community. Just the generalised experiences being shared. I love Wanda Sykes. She's one of my favourite comedians. Trevor's my favourite. But yeah, it's just basically sharing the experiences and opening the minds, hearts and eyes of people to knock down. There's a line in one of my daughter's anti-racist books, and it says, knock down the stacks of cultural blocks, and that's literally what came to my head right now when I saw the wands being knocked down by this type of mingling and this type of movement and this type of just verbalised conversational education, because education doesn't have to be in a book, education doesn't have to be online, watching a video or podcast, education can simply be sharing experiences. Life is a school, okay? It never ends. So that's what I'm seeing with that card. That's what I'm seeing, positive change there. But it is going to take, unfortunately, black people, it is going to take you, and I know a lot of black people don't like this, but it is going to take you and your children, especially if your children are old enough to kind of verbalise themselves well enough, like maybe a 12-year-old or something, to share their experience and your experiences as black people, black parents, black grandparents, ancestors, things like that. You know, like some of these kids have probably got like a great-great-grandmother who endured segregation, or a great-grandma even who endured segregation in school. I believe the first black woman who attended a white school, like an integrated school, is still alive today, and she's like 80 or something, she's still alive. And Claudia, what's her name? Claudette Colvin is still alive today, last time I checked anyway, she was still alive. And she was actually the first black woman who didn't, she was before Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was a hire by, I think, the NACCP, what's it called? oh, you forget everything when you're channeling. But anyway, that's what that's giving. So it is unfortunately going to have to be like, well, you know, this person's still alive, and that was like not that long ago. Do you know what I mean? It's because we think of Rosa Parks as being like, oh, so long ago. It's history. It's history. You know, history gives like a long time ago. Yesterday was history. Do you know what I mean? But that is what that's giving, and to remind people that actually wasn't that long ago. And sometimes it takes an actual ear, in-person ear here. The younger generation will be more open-minded because they're malleable. That's what that's going to take. So black people, sorry, but this is what it's giving. Get your black kids to mingle a little bit with white kids, especially if they're like a teenager, or start them early, you know. Get these little white kids' eyes and ears open and get them integrated. Get these little white kids integrated. Like that little boy. Stacey, have you seen that video? Where there's a little black boy, American boy, and he's like, comes along in his little tootling little Tykes car, I think it is, and he's like, Mama, I found a white girl, and the little girl's like, and she's like, her name's Faith. Oh, that's so funny. And the little white girl's walking along like, oh yeah, hi. Anyway, why is this money card here? I don't like it. Mixed energies here. The heartache. This is like giving a systemic. I'm getting mixed energies from here. Let me sorry, sometimes I sit on my feet and then I forget, my feet get sore. Okay. The bad marriage in the government, the Lover's card. Lover's card does not mean what you think it is. To me, I say this every time, to me a lover would be like a King of Cups, Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Those two energies in a love reading at least would be lovers. Lover's card actually refers to toxicity. Because Adam and Eve, apple. Lover's card is usually a couple that's not meant to be. But this reading is giving bad marriage with the system and needing change. And also the fact that the angel up there has got her hand on her heart and she looks pained. Heartache within the black community. Long-winded heartache, long-rooted heartache from long ago. They do, I know that generational trauma is a thing, even for white people, not in the depth of that. From having enslaved grandparents or whatever, but that's what that's giving. It's giving deep-rooted, what was it? They call it black trauma. There's a book on black trauma. I've not read it. Maybe I should. Seeing it again. More white people need to give. And I'm seeing a give and take. White people giving their time to black people to listen. Because see how this woman, this is a black woman, she's giving gifts to these two people, but I'm seeing it as like give and take, like she's taking that and giving that to her. This is how I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. There's also money. There could be like petitions that need kind of like boosted online that are already there. So like this white person's giving her time, her energy, her ear, her listening ear, and the black woman is giving her experiences. This is not literal. This is just it's not actually going to be literal like this in a circle. It's just like an energy. And the black woman is sharing her experiences with these white people who will listen. They are listening. This again is very female orientated. So let's try and reach out to more white women about this. But that's what that's giving. And I'm seeing her, look at this black woman, when she's talking to these white women who are receptive and not gaslighting her by saying, oh, racism happened to me too. Now, I say this every time, okay? So white people, if you're listening, when black people talk about their experiences, and you know we talk about like Black Lives Matter and the retaliation is White Lives Matter too. No one's saying they don't. I don't feel threatened. Do you? You probably don't. Anyway, I say this every time. If your friend or even a stranger had come up to you and said, I'm getting divorced, would you then say, my divorce matters too? Or would you say, I'm sorry to hear that, do you want to talk about it? Which one would you say? If you say that one, you're a narcissistic and you don't deserve any empathy. Sorry, but maybe you do. I'm a light work, I'm supposed to say that you do deserve empathy. Or would you just listen to that person? That's all you need to do, white people. Listen. Open your ears, open your eyes, open your minds, and open your hearts. That's what you need to do. Because if your friend said, oh, like, I hurt my knee, would you say, oh, I hurt my knee too? That's narcissistic as hell. Or would you say, oh, what happened? How did you hurt your knee? Do you want a plaster for it? Do you want a band-aid? Do you want me to wipe it for you? And you would like some salt wash, something like that. Or I've got some homeopathy in my cupboard. Do you want something like that? Okay? So think about that next time. There's a meme that was shared around 2020, I believe, or before then, which is saying like, you know, the White Lives Matter. It was saying like when black people are saying their house is on fire, there's a person hosing down their house which is not on fire, and they're like, oh, my house is on fire. And it's like, my house, I can't remember the exact way the meme goes, but it's like, my house matters too, or all houses matter, that's what it says. That's what it says, all houses matter. You're going to have to put out the one that's actually on fire. Listen to people. Yep, black people, specifically, again, black women. They feel ignored, and they're looking for hope. Again, I keep seeing this for a better tomorrow, a better future. And more white people to stand up strong. And they're rooting for the younger community, I feel, with these cups. But this is them. See how she's ignoring that? This is how... Usually this card reads as this, they're not seeing things that are good coming, but for this specific reading, I read intuitively. So for this specific reading, it's giving they feel ignored. That's how they're feeling. They're feeling ignored. Some of them want to give up. The t-shirt literally says over it. And this is the hope coming in. The big money card. The millionaire. That's the white millionaire there. And there's maybe some sort of celebration if this plays out the way I'm reading it. If it does, who knows? Who knows? It'd be so weird if it did. Well, so surreal. Not weird, but surreal. That's what that's giving, some sort of celebration. The money that the black community appreciate it. There's even white people at the celebration, wherever the celebration takes place, like white people who have contributed to the movement and were there for the movement and were actively involved directly in the movement, helping around, maybe in the same city, I guess, or moved to, or travelled to the city, I should say, to help directly with the movement, not just sharing stuff online, which is great, but that kind of thing, and they maybe donated some of either their time, resources, or effort is what I'm seeing with that card, and they will be the ones that will be at the final celebration when things change. Whether that's a metaphor, I really don't know. Financial movement is going to help the healing process. Should I pull more once I've finished these 3 cards to see what this is? I'm a little scared, but I want to see what it is. We need healing within the black community, so black people, if you're listening, try and do some healing things, do some like Reiki for releasing the negativity and the trauma, anything, because what you don't take with you and fix in this life, you take with the next one. We don't want that for you. That's what we need. Eat better as well. I know that systemic racism is a thing, and I have, fun fact, the black American community are the fastest growing demographic group for going vegan. And I asked one of my friends about this, who's a black male in America, and he said it's because of systemic racism. And people are having to like take matters into their own hands to look after their health better, so they're then eating more plant-based foods because of documentaries like Fox Over Knives, What the Health, those types of things. And they're taking matters into their own hands by eating healthier. And that's what I'm seeing with the Carrot card there. And this as well, but this is giving 2 separate energies. So again, financial movement. But they want to see the financial movement as in this, the big millionaire is going to give them hope. But that's not happened for a while yet, I feel. Spend time in nature, black people, if you need healing. Connect with nature, breathe in the air, breathe out the toxicity, breathe in the fresh air, out the negativity, things like that. They need more people to step on board, and they need more donations somewhere. I'm seeing donations to petitions, so if there's a petition online, maybe like donate to one that you feel passionate about, you feel like it's drawn to you. That's what they need and want to see, because of systemic racism, they cannot always afford, and inequalities in the pay gap. I'm not saying all black people are poor, because that would be wrong, and that's not true. But this is what the card is giving. The card is giving that black people need more, because they have donated. They've donated their time, energy, resources, money, but they need more people to do it. And because of the inequalities, maybe it's harder to find jobs, I don't know. It's harder to find jobs in general, but for black people specifically, because of the racism in the system, and the inequalities, and the inequalities in the pay gap, I believe that black women were the most underpaid. I don't know if that's changed since I last did my research, but that's what's going to give them hope for a better tomorrow. The rainbow is the hope. But this, I think this was upside down, so it's going to take some time. Oh yeah, the black community is going to really move forward and get equal pay is the first thing that I'm seeing. That might be the first achievement that we see, is getting more equal pay. And I believe as well in America, they don't even have equal pay for women, and all white women, and all jobs. Okay, so the pain will be over eventually. Things are not okay right now, black people in America or Western worlds. This is giving America, but we'll just have to roll with it. But things are going to be alright. It might not be in our timeline watching this now, but it will work itself out. So I see a balance coming back into the system. Well, I put the reading out from 10 to 50 years. I'm feeling 50 years, things are going to look very different. Okay, I know that's a long time and I don't like that myself, and I'm sorry. But if that's hope for someone, it's hope. If it's not, sorry. I'll look further into it next time. But that's what that's giving. Hope for, but it's not happening yet, pain. But you will, black people, we do need to do some deep rooted healing, okay? I'll maybe do like some videos on YouTube about healing. But this one, I think I did one already actually. Hope. This is a very, very positive card. The change, going into the cup, things balancing out, the water coming down there, and the calm water. Equality, is giving equality. I like that. So, anything specific I should touch on? Should I touch on that toxic thing? This one that's keeping people down. Looks dangerous, that one. Which one? The toxic card. Because it is. I'll shuffle the cards and refresh the energies and get the... I was shocked to see that actually. Oh, got a shiver up my spine. As I'm shuffling, this one's coming out. It's giving money. So if any of the young generation can donate, I mean, money could equally be time, resources, things like that. But young people, younger generation who might watch this, age between 15 and 20, if you have a spare pocket money, you know, I'm saying pocket money, you don't receive pocket money, you're probably too old for that. Do they still do pocket money these days? If you have spare money, even if it's £2, $2, to sign a petition and donate to it, do that. That's what I keep seeing, some sort of money into a petition, but it could be money in other things that I'm not seeing. Maybe I can look into that. So let's look into this agreement, whatever it is. Huh. Okay, I'm seeing this with both these cards, so I'll say it before I pull any more. It is intentional to cause the pain in the black community. It's absolutely intentional, unfortunately, black people. And I'm sorry. But black people, some of them are pretending everything's fine, and maybe they've got a good job or something like that. I know a couple of black Americans got a really good job. So like, this is not like, things that I'm saying in this video are not like, okay, you don't work because you're black, or you're not got a good job, or you're not got money. I'm not saying anything to be demeaning. I'm just reading what I've seen in the cards, okay, and I am doing this with as much love as I can, which I hope is a lot, and I hope is enough. Probably agreement with black people will be paid and forced. It might be the slavery, but it's giving, maybe it started with slavery, Stacey. We'll see what comes out. It could have started with that, because it does feel like a long time ago this was set in stone or motion. And it's giving that it keeps telling me it's a really old agreement and it should be outdated or done by now. But there's people in there who are benefiting off it somehow. I'll see what the cards say, who are keeping up. But what I will say, there's people in this agreement, white people in this agreement who are not directly involved but are around it. I'm seeing like the agreement in the middle. There's like I keep seeing 5 people who are the main hoarders, I'm going to call them hoarders of this agreement or the contract, whatever it is, between maybe 2 entities or 2 whatever. And there's people around it. There's like a bigger circle, maybe 10 people, maybe 12, who know about it, who know what it is. They maybe don't know everything about it, but they know what it is. And these people surrounding the agreement don't like it. They both feel, I don't know if it's 2 people in particular, but these are white people, obviously. They feel sad. Both of these cards are giving sadness, and there's a male and a female energy here. And one female, I feel like, this is really hard. It's really hard because I don't know, I have no way of proving myself right or not, or no way of Googling and fact checking myself, do you know what I mean? But it's giving that one woman who's aged around 40 to 45, maybe younger, is a mother, 2, 3 kids. She knows about it. She doesn't like it, but she's in this agreement, and I feel like once you're in it, you maybe can't get out of it. Well, she wants out. This is a Swords card, so in her mind, Swords is mind, she wants out. She feels stuck. But she doesn't like it. The male, I just heard a guy say, I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. So I don't know if these 2 have conversed about it. But he doesn't like it, and it does make him sad inside, but he's more like matter of fact about it and just saying, well, it's the way it is, we just have to keep doing it. Maybe it's just a job, whatever it is. But he's holding on to the agreement, even though his intuition and if he tapped into it enough, every fibre of his being would be telling him, no, I don't agree with this. I need to speak out. But probably with it being such a toxic card, maybe they're scared to speak out. There is scary energy surrounding it when I first pulled the card, so probably these people are scared. Probably these people are stuck in the agreement. I did feel a stuck energy specifically from this one. And maybe that's why he, whoever this is, male, probably aged again around 40, between 40 and 50 maybe. I feel like he's got a wife. I feel like this is a cisgender man. I feel like everyone in this agreement would be cisgender, I'm being honest with you. But this is giving fear. There's an underlying fear. That's what's keeping him headstrong about it. But he's not admitting the fear to this person, and probably she isn't either. But they both know there's a fear attached, and whoever it is that's controlling this agreement has got some sort of power over people. I don't know if I want to put this on YouTube. They have options to leave that they're not seeing. They have options to leave this agreement. I kind of feel like looking at this card, they got into the agreement not knowing what it was. That it was just a job that they applied for. Maybe they were misled, I don't know. But when they figured out what it was like, oh, don't like this. But the guy's better at putting up a front than her. Because I guess she's more like sensitive or nurturing or whatever. But there's options to leave that they're not seeing with this card here. They know it's evil. They know it's evil. They don't know everything about it. And they don't like it. When the movement starts kicking off in a big, big way, that's when you will start seeing maybe these people speak out. This card, and it's going to be like happening quick. Like it's going to be like I see like a rushed energy. So it's okay. Thank you, Stacey. Thanks for joining my live. I'll do your read. I know you want a love read. I'll DM it to you. Okay, I'll WhatsApp you. Wow, it looks like possibly the female. I think I could be reading this wrong. Possibly the female has got a child, teenage child. The page always reads to me as a young energy that's going to be one of the ones mingling. Probably I don't know if this is connected. Speaking, mingling with black people. This is a black child on the card, but I'm reading it's a white child in my mind. That child, the teenager, is going to be one of the ones getting on board with anti-racism, not knowing what the mother does for a living. They just maybe know she's got a government job or whatever system it is. I do feel it's government, but the government is got ties with someone who's not government, someone else. Don't know who it is. I'm not even going to ask that. I don't want to know. That child, and that's what's going to kind of empower her. There's a disconnect between these two people, the mother and the daughter. Probably because of the divide of the secrets and the pain the mum's carrying, the guilt. It's causing not an emotional divide, but an energetic divide. And that child getting involved in that type of thing is going to hopefully create conversations at home, which might change the mother. That's what I'm seeing with that card. I could be wrong. This is in reverse, but it is giving change. Slow but steady progress for change and growth. Black people, I don't want you to worry, because these struggles will be over eventually. These are not usually how these cards are read, but I'm reading intuitively and that's what that's giving. So keep working at it. Keep, even on a quiet level, like a very low-key level, keep sharing your voice on whatever feels manageable for you without being triggered, without being upset. Do you know what I mean? Keep sharing your voice at a pace and as an energy that's comfortable for you. If you're young, that's for a young black person, maybe aged 21-ish, maybe younger. There's going to be change. As black people, you will no longer be carrying those heavy burdens for, I'm going to say much longer, but this could take up to 50 years. Is 50 years going to be the big change, the end? There's still going to be racism after that, of course, because people are still going to be ignorant. But I feel like the 50 years is going to be the end of something. I feel. I could be wrong. If you're spiritual, black people, tap into that. And ask your in a positive love and light way, because it's an angel card. Ask your angels to help. And also ask your angels to protect your children. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what that's giving. Or your children's angels to protect them. Invite them in. Tell them what you need, okay? That's for black people. And again, I was seeing black mothers there. What? Black men, where's your energy? I know there's a lot of black men out there who do speak up. But why is their energy not prominent? It's all black women. But this is the change, and hope and change, okay? But if you're spiritual, or even if you're not spiritual, you've still got angels around you, ask them in. But keep it light, keep it love and light, protection, positivity, peace, encouragement, strength, things like that. And that's when you'll feel the burden lighten, okay? I'm seeing her walk with these burdens on her back. Her back is getting straighter because she's taking matters into her own hands, speaking, using her voice, asking her angels to come in, healing herself with the cups there, healing, regrowth, hope, the sun, hope. Whatever agreement this is, they're not going to like this court battle. They're not telling me what the agreement is. Maybe that's to protect me, so that's fine. I'll leave it at that. But that was interesting. But black women specifically, or a mother, you need to get your strength and energy back, okay? But replenish yourself. Don't undervalue the importance of self-love and self-care, because there is hope for a better tomorrow. The red flag will be put down. The red flag will become a white flag. Narcissistic system causing disruptions within family life. Is that because they're leaving children with their fathers, for example, or mothers even? Yep. Pain and stress within the family home. I just heard in a black American female voice say, we'll deal with it. And that's like someone who's gone through some sort of pain or trauma or loss as a result of the system. And they're just dealing with it. Because they have to, even if they don't feel strong, because most of us don't feel strong most of the time if we're struggling with things. Even when they don't feel strong, they're like, it's like they have to be strong. Because they're for their kids. I know that's a stereotype, isn't it, that black women are strong. And we don't do stereotypes around here for the black community. I don't care about white ones. I'm not offended. I can take it. Some of them are true. For white people. I was about to share a story about my dentist the other day, but I'll wait till later because this is serious. Yep. Black women, I'm going to say, black women, you don't have to pretend you're strong, okay? Admit your struggles, okay? Whether it's to a friend, a family member, online, generate some love around you, generate some support. Yes, you get a lot of negativity and hate online, but if that happens, just delete the comment. Do not engage, because it's going to cause you further down, because energy is infinite. So when you engage in negative energy, you're engaging in negative energy with negativity because you're trying to fight the negativity and educate. Ignore it. Either leave the comment and let the other people, maybe there's white people that pop up in the comment section. I know I've done this a lot on Black Threads, to kind of like not be the voice for, but try and stand up for you a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Or just delete the comment because you don't need that negative BS on your feed. You need to look after yourself, okay? And you need to look after yourself with love, light and positivity. So black women, if this is you, stop pretending everything is okay. If it's not okay, say it. Whether it's to a colleague that you trust, a co-worker that you're comfortable with, a friend, even if it's not specifically a black person. And I think this is where I feel it. As I said that, not a black person, as I said that, I felt like a deep sense of resonation. Something went deep. I can't remember what it was now, but something went deep inside me, and it made me feel like that is where the change is going to start to sink in. It was a sinking in kind of feeling that then it stopped and went flat inside my stomach, which gives me, this is when the change is going to sink in. Because I know I understand, as much as I can understand, I understand that when you're black, you need to be around people who know about your experiences and who share the same experiences. I've said this before, it's like that, what's that show? Justin Hartley, isn't it? Surprised I remember that name. It's about triplets, anyway, and like one of them is adopted. Sterling K. Brown is the adopted one, and there's the two white triplets. Justin Hartley date a white guy, in case you're not aware, dates a black woman in that show, And I remember specifically, I haven't watched all of that show, but I remember the scene. It always stood out to me because she was in the car and she said, oh, I forgot to take my satin pillow. And he's like, oh, you think you're so posh. You know, he was taking the piss out of her for it. And I was thinking at the time, I thought there must be a reason she wants that satin pillow, because she's not like that. She's not being posh. I could tell by, you know, it's acting, but it can be true to life as well for some people, you know what I mean? If you're in an intercultural relationship. And later on, they're visiting this black couple's house, and the woman's in like a room, kitchen maybe, with this black woman. I don't know if it's like an auntie, or I don't know. Anyway, the older black woman, and she's telling about the pillow, and she's like, just talk to him about it, he maybe doesn't know. And I didn't know either. That's how I learned before I had my daughter, about the black satin pillowcase. I knew about the head protectives, like the satin headgear. Just as I said, that Wakefield is on that TV with a towel around her head. Obviously not for black hair or satin, but anyway, I thought that was funny. Yeah. This is where the change is going to lie. Because how are white people going to know on like a standard level? Yes, it's okay for white people to say, I'm not racist, I have a black colleague and I'm nice to her and I got on with her. But unless they're aware, and I'm not saying dig deep and tell you their struggles, because you don't have to do that. You don't have to share your struggles. But unless you like use your voice in some small way, okay, and invite white people into your life, and decent white people, not the racist ones, and therefore those white people can then repeat, as I try to repeat what they hear you say, or repeat what we read, whatever it is, and then therefore have conversations with their white people. That's what I try and do anyway, and that's kind of what I'm seeing with these cards. And I'm so sorry, black women specifically, again, you are so pained. Please replenish yourself, because we want you to be happy. I know that I'm not agreeing with the strong black women stereotype, okay? So stop pretending that you are strong and carry on. Just admit to someone that you can open up to, whether they're black, white. I do in my mind's eye see opening up to a white person, because that is therefore going to therefore open up people's minds to your struggles. And oh, she's shared this with me, and they must realize in their head or deep down resonate, and they don't actually know what that's like because they haven't experienced it. Do you understand? So I feel bad. I feel guilty encouraging you to do this. I don't think anyone should have to tap into pain. It's not up to you to share your pain. I cannot force you to do that, but that's why I'm saying do it on a level that you feel comfortable with, okay? Because I'm not saying, yeah, go and tell this like random white person on the bus about your pain. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Don't step out of your comfort zone if you don't want to. Do what's comfortable and what feels right for you, okay? That's my advice as a white person. You don't have to take it, of course. But I am consistently in this reading. I've been seeing more simply conversations. It's like it's the base of the growth. It's like it's the base. We're at the starting point of the growth of the bigger movement, the bigger picture movement, where we see white people hearing things resonating in their mind. Yes, there is going to be ignorance out there, and yes, there are going to be gaslighters and things like that with white people. I'm sorry, I've seen it as well. I've seen it myself. I've been on enough pro-black anti-racist lives. I've had enough conversations with white people who've said the same things I've seen white people say, and it's just, honestly, it's stupid. It's stupid. But yeah, so if I'm frustrated, I can't imagine how you're feeling. But with that, yeah, it's just conversations, unfortunately. And I'm not encouraging you to speak out, okay? It's your pain. You deal with it, but please, if you do deal with your pain, just heal, okay? Because things are going to work out okay. It's not really in the eye line right now, I don't feel, but we do hope for change, okay? I don't want to ask about that agreement now that I've read all that. I feel like I don't know. I feel uncomfortable. But if any one of my black people around me or on my group want me to look into it, I'll do that off camera. Just if you're curious. Or any of my white people. I'll do it off camera. This is your hope. That's your guy. He's going to be handsome too. Wow. A young he might have fair hair. And a good physique. He looks after himself very well. He like has not like a 3-step skincare routine, but he has a skincare routine when he puts like face cream on. I'm seeing, so he's going to be like a really well presented guy, really handsome. I don't think I would fancy him based on his energy. I don't know why. But he's going to be lusted after. It's going to be like Luigi Mangione, but without the unaliving and well, I don't know this about Luigi. I think he's hot, and I would definitely do him. But a lot of readers will, when they channel his energy, say that he's narcissistic. I mean, I wouldn't know, but that is kind of similar vibe where he's like loved and appreciated by the people, but not the stuff that he did. Do you know what I mean? He's doing it in a positive way. That's why. That's your guy, black people. That's your millionaire guy who's going to stand up for you. He's came out twice, and I also saw him when I was shuffling before I started the video. So that's your hope. That's your change. Change. Literal change with this card. And positive outcomes. I feel it's going to happen. See, when I read it the first time, I was like, it could happen, it might not. It's like a maybe at this point because the energies are always changing. But that guy, I can tell you, exists, and he cares. And he's got money. Maybe he's a millionaire already. Black people, hold on a little longer, okay? Whatever you're experiencing, hold on a little longer. Because things are really going to work out in the best way. It's just a struggle that we're going to overcome, and we're going to overcome it together. Your stress, your anxieties, the oppression will soon be over. Because the bad marriage, whatever this agreement is, I'm calling it a marriage, it's not an agreement, but this is like a marriage card, that is going to be over. With this in reverse, it is going to be over. It might even be outed. I'm not going to look into it. I feel like I'm scared. Because the money is going to break down the system. The money, voices, having conversations, you will feel heard. Because I saw this card earlier and you didn't feel heard, you felt ignored. With it in reverse now, you will feel heard. That's changing the energies. Changing the energies of not feeling heard and feeling ignored. Not feeling seen, whatever, valued. That's going to change. It's all going to change. Love it. Yes! The wait will be over. Hangman in reverse. That's what we want to see. I'm excited. Here's the King of Cups. Someone's going to switch sides. Someone in a systemic role with power, maybe money, not as much money as this guy, this handsome guy. This is a black person on the card, but I'm seeing it as a white person, I think, or maybe Mexican, maybe like other white, if you know what I mean. This person's on the wrong side, but their heart is not with that side. They're on that side because of their mind and their surroundings. That's what I'm seeing. And they're kind of stuck in a role, and they're stuck within whatever it is they're doing. I feel like things are going to change and happen. This person's going to feel inspired and realise, actually, because people feel stronger, don't they, within groups. So that is what's going to, that person's going to switch sides, and he's going to have a key role with change. And I'm seeing him open, this is not literal, it's a metaphor, I feel. Opening it is a metaphor. Opening something with a key, like a big door. It's not actual door, it's like a metaphor. And then he walks through it and other people follow. I'm seeing like an actual, and I can feel like the air from all these people walking by. I know it's not literal, it's metaphor and it's energy. A lot of people follow him. That's your guy as well. That's your guy number 2. It is a male. Might be bisexual, but not out bisexual. Maybe he's not had the strength to be out bisexually because of the system, because of the side he's on. You are going to see a better tomorrow, and a better marriage within the system. That had beautiful light on it. I'm seeing like light radiating off this card in an energetic type of way. That's your hope, okay? That's your change and your hope. This is your better marriage deal, and I'm feeling equality. Struggles will be over and it will all be behind you. But it is going to take, unfortunately, sharing your experiences and getting those people on board with these energies here. I'm not going to read too much into it because I do feel like I need to go and do something soon. Yeah. Black woman, your mindset will soon change. If you're feeling let down, if you're feeling ignored, that's what this card is giving, it's going to change. Because that card came out with that energy before, it's going to change. And you're going to feel really happy about it. You're going to feel joyed. It's going to happen really slowly, but I feel like there will be blips in the movement where it explodes a little bit. And especially when, you know, people get on board, like your on the wrong side guy, who does have a good heart, by the way. I think he feels stuck or something. And your handsome millionaire, who's always very, very politically left, might be a Green voter. Which is interesting, because Aphrodite said that somebody with money is going to help the Green Party grow. So I don't know if that's the same guy. Just remembered that just now. Mind you, the houses in the back are green. But I do feel this person has been lifelong politically left. Lifelong. And his family, I feel, he's been raised among like left-wing people. That's what I'm feeling with that card. I like that guy. Black women, you're going to get yourselves back. The pain will be over, but please deal with it in a positive way. Please do your healing. You're going to see your community regrow in ways that you'll never seen before. Maybe this guy will invest in companies and businesses. Maybe this guy will help promote the businesses, black-owned businesses. I don't know. There's something about the black-owned businesses with the tree here, because this is all the shards with the pain and stuff. And this is like, you know, femininity. This is the black-owned businesses I'm seeing. And there's something about regrowth after all the pain and oppression. Regrowth for black-owned businesses. Boost. I like that. If you're white, you can still support black-owned businesses, by the way. Let go of those old ideologies, white people, okay? They're no longer serving our black community. They're no longer serving... I always use the word betterment, and it's not even a word. They're no longer serving the better good of the world. It's probably not even a sentence either. White people, be a voice, not only be a voice, but be a shoulder for black people to lean on, a trusted shoulder to lean on. And when black people lean on you with these cards, if the black people tell you their stories, first of all, don't gaslight them. Second of all, practice empathy. Thirdly, do not ever make it about you. Okay? There's a black biracial woman with a white mom in America who's very actively pro-black online. I like her a lot. She's lovely. She has told me that when she had conversations when she experienced racism as a child in America, her white mom would cry and make it about her. I can't imagine my little girl coming home from school or whatever and saying, "Mom, this happened to me today," and me sitting there going, oh, this happened to me one day, and oh, I'm so sad about this. It's not about you, okay? It's happening to black people. So, white people, don't do that, okay? Try and just ask them questions. Maybe ask them how they feel. Don't push for questions. If they don't want to talk about it, respect that, okay? It's not up to them to share their experiences with people they don't necessarily feel comfortable with white skin, okay? But just offer them a leaning ear, hand, voice, shoulder, just a hug. Sometimes it can be as simple as a hug, do you know what I mean? Or look, I'm here if you want to talk. Look, okay, I understand, respect our personal space. I understand if you don't want to talk right now, but just let you know I'm here. So white people, remember that, okay? Just don't make it heavy on don't make it about you, okay? Because I'm feeling really angry about that. I'm really irritated. So yeah, there'll be better balance if we can work together as a team. But just listen to black people when they're talking. Don't make it about us. Don't say, "Oh yeah, but I'm not racist." Nobody's asking you if you're effing racist, okay? They're just sharing an experience. They're just sharing some pain. Take a piece of that pain and hold that I'm saying hold the coin, but hold the pain and say, well, what can I do to nurture this pain? If a child came to you and said that they hurt their knee, would you show them your hurt knee? Maybe you would. Maybe you're all about you. Or would you tell them about the time you hurt your knee? No, you would nurse it back to you know, a healthy knee and give them a hug. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Yes! I'm so glad I split that deck in half. I saw this card and I was shuffling. Okay, anyone who reads cards knows this is like a bad energy card. But this is actually the system being dismantled. From the inside out. I'm literally seeing someone, it's like a bear or some sort of claws or something, or tiger, I think it's a bear, tearing something apart from the inside out, and the bear's angry and got compassion and passion. And that is what's going to happen to the metaphor, of course. But I don't normally see things in metaphors, so that's interesting. Today's been interesting. That's what's going to happen to this system. And people that control the system are not going to like it. The powerful people are going to soon feel powerless. Like that. Like that. Yep, people's voice people's voice, people's action, whether it's on a small level. The rain is giving small level action, okay? So that's your like online activism, signing petitions, speaking about it, shares, reposts, retweets, commenting, conversation with black people around you, whatever, making an effort to just simply be nice to a black person in the street. One time I was out walking with my, I can't remember running or walking, it was a long time ago, with my dog, and I saw a woman with, I think it's called a hijab, excuse me if my terms are wrong, I'm trying to be inclusive here. I saw a woman wearing one of those, and instantly as white people, as like non-Muslim or whatever her religion was, we kind of like take that as a closed off type of vibe. And I acknowledged that thought in my head that day, and I said hi to her, and she said hi in a way that even just her hello, I could feel the gratitude from her just for acknowledging her. She's how many people ignore her when they walk past her in the street? I only said hello, hi. And I've always remembered that because it stuck with me, because I think that hello, that simple niceness, a smile and a wave, hello. I think I was running actually, I remember now. But yeah, that type of thing could be your small movement, making black people feel heard, seen, using your whiteness to do better for the world. And this thunder here, I literally heard a like sound, is what's going to encourage this collective movement. Even your small things that you're doing is going to be the one that's going to make this thunder, this whatever movement your millionaire is going to do, and eventually when the King of Cups gets on board, it's going to make it more powerful, more energetically powerful. So white people, if you're seeing this, let's get on board, let's do this. Makes that thunder stronger so it dismantles, tears the system apart, because without the rain here, that thunder is not going to be as strong. That movement, these powerful people that are going to get on board, these powerful white people, are not going to be as strong and be able to do as much as what they could do. They'll be like, if the energy's changing and people don't do the things I'm suggesting in this reading, the white people, the thunder's not going to be as strong. It's going to create a small change, a small blip, but it's not going to let the bear tear the system apart. And I freaking love it. I freaking love it. Okay. Yes, hope and change and healing, black people, healing. Don't ignore your inner voice for your inner healing, okay? Because you're no longer trapped. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, but we're going to get there, okay? Pour back into yourself, black women. Don't ignore your inner voice, your intuition, if your intuition's tapped in, because change is coming. Change is coming. Yep. Struggles will soon be over. I'm going to end with the Ace of Cups there. That was awesome. So, what did you think? I was scared at first, and then I was like, I think I was a bit, it's hard as a white person in that sense, because you don't want black people to feel insulted. I don't want black people to feel like I'm trying to speak for them when I'm trying to do this with love. And I was curious to see if we'd see change, and everything happens for a reason, I guess. That woman that was on my live talking about dark-skinned men, quote unquote, that is what encouraged me to do this. I just wanted to see, and as an anti-racist myself, and I've only been anti-racist as a white person who has never experienced that level of oppression and never will in this life. I'm tired and I'm frustrated at the system. I'm frustrated at white people not doing enough. I'm frustrated at the ignorance of white people. Oh, white lives matter too, and oh yeah, like, what about white lives, and what about... It is a narcissistic gaslighting type of, what do you call it, energy, and I don't like that. But that's what, I don't want to be that. Healing, black people, okay? Healing, black women specifically. My old light worker told me that as women, we have like a tree of life inside of our body, and I like that kind of explanation, because and it gives the impression that when you heal, your children heal. She set off, I watched a video on YouTube a couple of days ago that talked about this. When you heal, you set off a chain reaction within your family, within the roots of your family, and for your future generations. So black people, don't ignore your healing, okay? And white people, you as well. We all need to heal from something. As self-included I am. But yeah, like if I'm frustrated and tired and exhausted after like 9 years of being anti-racist, black people, how are you feeling? Genuinely. You don't have to tell me. But if you do, if you're comfortable, sure. So thank you for watching. I do appreciate everyone who tapped into this. my reading of the narcissistic government. I really don't want to know. I think I'm quite happy leaving that whatever toxic agreement that was. I'm happy leaving it where it is, because at the end of the day, we've got a good result. I feel like we've got some hope that I feel is badly needed, even by myself, as not just an anti-racist, as a white mom. Of course, I didn't really touch on the UK one, but maybe I can do that separately, because I do have to go. Oh, completion, wholeness, and being seen and heard, black people. Maybe that millionaire will invest in some of the black-owned businesses. It's going to be like, it's going to seem sudden getting on board. It's going to seem like he got on board suddenly, but I feel like there's going to be like, when you learn about his history, this millionaire, there's going to be like, you'll see like roots being dotted throughout his life, where he had maybe connections with black people, or some sort of, the reason there's always a reason that people end up where they are. So for him, there's like, he's got some sort of roots with either black culture or black community. Maybe he grew up in a black area, I don't know. I do feel like his father might have had money. But he's going to have some sort of roots and connections with black culture or black community. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know what it is. And that's where his kind of like early, probably anti-racism came from, in comparison to the black community and connection to the black community as well. Maybe he can get himself a nice queen. So, thank you everyone again for tuning in, and should I upload this to YouTube? I guess if you're seeing it on YouTube and I've just said that, you'll be like, oh, you did. But thanks to anyone who watched it the whole way through. Shout out to Stacey, Nikki, and anyone else who joined the live. We will see you next time. Peace. Remember, people, a better world starts with a better you. So white people, let's do this collectively. Bye.